Alright, welcome back, Pokemon Go players, to another episode of the Purified podcast. Today is May 29th, 2024. I am your host, Luis Palacios, with my co-host, Chris.
Hey, it's your boy, Pokemon Trigger, please. And yeah, it's been another good week of Pokemon Go.
A week?
And plenty of news keeps coming.
It's like 9 days, rather. It's been over a week.
That is true.
Yeah, but we're recording.
It has been a week.
We are recording on our usual time schedule because there wasn't too much to really cover last week, and all the good news were happening this week. So we've got a bunch to talk about. Definitely, we are going to recap last week and a half worth of gameplay. We're definitely going to recap everything else that has happened, even though I feel like the last week of the season has been kind of at this point, but. It depends on the experience of everybody. I guess I've been busy or doing other things. I'm sure Chris has had his own momentarily stuff and everything, so that's good. Also, Infinity Lion, thank you so much for following. We appreciate it very much that you are part of the chat. If you want to talk, cool. If not, lurk around. Thank you so much. Anyways, we're here once again to talk about Pokemon Go news, updates, and ranting about the game because we love the game just as much as everybody else. And let's make sure that we check out the Pokemon Professor Network, where we are part of. Thank you so much once again to all the wonderful part-time creators out there, from Lured Up, Special Conditions, Way Spotters. Good morning, Johto. Almost forgot them. But no, thank you so much for everything that you guys have been done. Also, Manny, thank you so much for these 7 months. We appreciate it very much. You help us keep the lights on. I stole that from Goldcast. But anyways.
Oh
so, yes, we got a lot of things to cover. Once again, I have nothing in my vicinity of Pokestops or anything. I still gotta make my Pokestop somewhere near my house if I can. But yeah, we are here. Let's talk Pokemon. Chris, I don't know, what do we got? We got a lot of news, so we gotta cover this fast.
Yeah, plenty. It's been a good week trying to get situated so I can move up to Orlando. So hopefully I'll be doing that within the next few weeks. But yeah, let's talk catches. Let's talk Hondos. Let's talk shinies. Yeah, I don't think I have like a huge amount, but I am very happy with the haul. I got a Magikarp from a quest, a Hundo.
Nice.
A shiny Lickitung. I finally got a shiny Skrelp. So it's my first shiny Skrelp out of any of the games, and it's in Pokemon Go. Shiny Eevee. I did one Shadow Suicune raid, and I got a shiny. So I don't even have to raid it anymore, but I probably will. And I got a shiny Meowth just at my new apartment. I will brag really quick, too, about a 15-14 Shadow Totodile that I got too.
Nice.
It's not getting purified, no, but that is.
I got enough Hondos of those anyways. I don't need a purified one anyways. Although exactly. I am part of the Purified podcast, but I mean, if you guys want me to purify them, you can just like sub once and that's it. Oh my! I'll make Chris's goal to purify that Totodile at 5 subs. How about that?
Oh, right. And then, what'd you get this week?
So, as for
9 days.
I know, right? Not much on the shinies. I mean, we got interesting events, but I did get at least a couple from the Gold Plus. So, Gold Plus happened in, I think, Raid Hour? Yeah, that was a Raid Hour outage that I got from last Raid Hour. And then a shiny Stunky, because why not? So, that's pretty cool. I think that's my third or so. I think I got Evolve one, so I might as well just evolve this one. But yeah, that's basically only all the shinies that I got in 9 days. You would be thinking that I have more, and I thought I was gonna have more by the time this podcast went live, but I guess it didn't. And that's only for the reason that we had a couple of events in between then and now. So, to be told. And as for Hondos, let me just make sure that I get the Hondo. Yes, I did actually get 2 Hondos. I did purify a Darumaka, a Shadow Darumaka, into a regular Darumaka, purify, and that is a Hondo Darumaka, fully maxed out and ready to go. I've been looking for this for a while, so I definitely needed this at this point. And then random Hundo Bolter, I think it was during one of those events. So yeah, it is how it is. And that's it. That's my haul. Nothing really much notable from there. Shadows and everything has been kind of like meh when it comes down to it. I only do them because it's there, just to give my buddy some hearts and everything. And then that's pretty much it. I really haven't gotten too much after that. But let's recap really what the last 9 days entitled why I didn't get as much, and at the same time why these events were kind of like interesting. We had the finale of the World Wonders actually happening, or happen at the end of last week. I actually ended yesterday, I believe, and this was what was it called again, Chris? If I remember correctly,
the event.
Yeah, the event was called. It's not that the Instance Day, because Instance Day Pharisee was going to be the next thing I was going to talk about.
Oh my gosh, what was it called?
It was kind of like the Poison event, but I think it was something like with Whirl in it.
World of Wonders or something?
Well, World Wonders is the name of the season.
Hmm.
Chris is like, wait a minute. We're professionals here, guys, don't worry. Ultra Space Wonders. Ultra Space Wonders. Yeah, Ultra Space Wonders. I just went to last week's.
I thought I remembered the Wonders in there, but I completely forgot about the Ultra.
Yeah, so we had the brand new release of Bacephalon and Stakataka in their respective regions. And we also had Nagadel actually merged, so you can evolve your Poipole into a Nagadel now. You do have to do it with 200 Poipole Candy and 20 Dragon types Pokemon as your body, or catch 25 Pokemon as your body. You also had the release of Shiny Marine. And yeah, that was a shiny that nobody almost got. So, I want to say that at least the spawns were cool. I did like some of the variety of spawns from there. Marini was a rare spawn, unfortunately, so it wasn't something that you can only get here and there anymore. Unless you were like really hunting, and I started seeing like 1 or 2 every now and then, every other step. But it was in field research, so I think the field research was like power up 10 Pokemons, and you get one. Again, only a few selected ones were able to get the shiny. However, we did have a spotlight hour this last Tuesday with Marini as the featured Pokemon. So if you didn't really get the chance to get one during the event, it would have been during that event. But again, the odds were always 1 in 500 or whatever at that point. Not to be not happy about having a shiny, but at this point I'm kind of like in the mode where like if I get it, I get it. If I don't, I don't. So it's kind of one of those things in the end of the day. But yeah, did you have fun with this last event of the World of Wonders?
Yeah, very, very fun event. I like the spawns a lot. Obviously I was able to get the Skrelp out of it, so at least I got one of the chases I wanted.
Yeah.
But yeah, Poison type is a really cool, fun, shiny hunt. Marinis are always going to be fun to get and hunt after this.
Yeah.
I think overall the spawns were just fantastic. I think, every single spawn for the event could be shiny. So, that's like one of the best things you can have for an event.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, my God. I'm also watching Pokecast right now on a side note here while we podcast and seeing what they were doing. He just traded for a shiny Corsola, and I'm like, bruh. Anyways, well, they're not in Florida, so they don't get shiny Corsolas here. Actually, Chris, you still see Corsolas in Orlando, right?
Yes.
Okay, good. You're still gonna have those spawns.
I believe it.
Yeah, because I think if you actually go a little bit further north, you start seeing Tauros instead of Heracross.
Yeah, no, definitely not far enough for Tauros in Orlando.
Okay, good. I just wanted to make sure you still had those ones, and then no more Corsolas for you, unless you come here. Anyways, and then the next and last technically event in between event within an event, I guess, in Samshed, event Samshed, whatever they call, research day for Ferroseed. Now, what can I say about this event? It was a 6-hour event with rotating habitats. It was an event. From grass to steel types, rotating between the 2 hours, or between an hour each for the last 6 hours. So you technically had, Yeah, I mean it's 6 hours, right? So at least it's an even number. So 3 hours each of one of or each spawns, and you had like in the steel times you had like Galarian Meowth, you had Ferroseed of course, and Beldum, and to name a few, of course, because there were a lot of other spawns at the same time. For the grass ones, you had like you had not tentacle. One tentacle is not even a grass type. Tangela, let's just say Tangela, Hoppet,
Warlow.
Moral, which is another chase for a lot of us too. So in the end of the day, it was kind of like that. So in my experience, and the biggest part about this is that I only play for 2.5 hours at best. Yeah, I wasn't out the whole day. I was like, you know what? I'm not really going to spend 6 hours outside, and I wanted to do some things around the house too. So I still have a few things to organize and help out my brother. I used to do a few things here and there. So I didn't play the full event, but when I did went out, I went ham. I had an instance going the entire time. My Go Plus was going on the entire time. Even though I was not playing technically the 6 hours, I was having my Go Plus on with an instance on. So at least I was getting some spawns for the first few hours. And, try to catch those at the end of the day. I did not get a single shiny anything this event.
Oh, for Incense Day, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. If I didn't get the Suicune during that event, I wouldn't have had anything, and that's not even an event spawn.
That's what I'm saying.
So, yeah, I really thought that Ferroseed was going to be like a 1 in 20 kind of thing. What were the odds? Like 1 in 200, I think I saw.
Some people were actually saying that it's almost full odds at this point. It wasn't even matter. It didn't even matter if it was that.
I don't know about 1 in 500, but from what I was seeing reported, it was about half what they normally are, like 1 in 250.
Yeah, so incredibly,
which like you're not seeing 250.
Yeah, time. I mean, even like boosted spawns or boosted shiny odd spawns, like Absol had better rates than what Ferroseed had the entire event at this point.
Yeah, the Meowth was definitely the best chance of getting a shiny.
And I saw a few for sure, but I wasn't able to even get one shiny of those. I got a shiny Meowth, a letter Meowth, but that's throughout the event, which I could have gotten another one at that point. So I have like mixed feelings about this event for two reasons. One, I don't feel they executed it correctly because even the field research around were just catch Pokemons for Pokeballs or things like that. They were rotating if you technically didn't finish them throughout the hour.
I did notice that because it changed it from steel to grass.
Yeah, but I wasn't really caring about those for two reasons. One, I had field researchers from the event itself, which is the Ultra Space Wonders, and I had winner rates and everything, so I couldn't get rid of those because I wanted to see what it was. Surprisingly, I actually don't go online and see every single research and don't trash the ones that I don't care about. I actually want to be surprised on what it is at this point. But at the same time, it's like most of the research were just catch, and I think you get Pokeballs or berries. And I wasn't happy about any of those research at that point. So I was like, you know what, I'm not even going to try. I'm not even going to keep any of them, so I never really care. And throughout the time, even though I was by myself at the time and nobody else was really playing with me that day, it didn't feel like a good event. All the event spawns were from Incense, and there wasn't anything else aside from the Ultra Space Wonders spawns, and that's it. That was it. That's all I can really say when it comes out to it, because I don't think there was anything more, to say the least. Anything for you?
Yeah, I thought the possibilities were there, for all the different spawns that you could get. There was a few different shinies I really wanted to get out of that event. I'm trying to think. Oh, Phantump was one I really wanted to get. I think there was another grass type I was hunting. I actually need that Meowth, funny enough, even after that event. But yeah, the shiny odds just weren't there. And I know that sounds kind of silly, but it's a 5-hour event. It's very hot.
Yeah, so, I want to say that officially summer is here, and that's something that we're we're gonna struggle for the next few months for sure.
Yeah. So me and my fiance, we were struggling out there in the heat. So it would have been nice to secure one shiny fairy seed. I already have it, but I wanted to secure one for a trade to somebody. But yeah, I did not know the shiny odds were going to be that high, like, or I guess that low.
Yeah. They were definitely quite interesting to say the least. That they decided, at least I'm kind of surprised that they decided for something like this. I think we actually played other Instance Day events and they were a little bit better than this one.
Yeah,
Not because
I
of the
thought.
possibility of getting the shiny a little easier, but at the same time, I was just like, I don't know, it just doesn't feel right, you know?
I don't know. I thought that Skorupi, they boosted it like a lot for the shiny.
Yeah.
At least I only played like 10 minutes and I got it. So
Mm-hmm.
I definitely didn't think that was like heavy boosted. But I am surprised that they decided to like not boost it that much for the Fairy Seed.
Yeah.
It is good for the people that needed the steel types.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I will say for shiny hunters, this event was kind of meh.
Meh. Well,
For sure.
for myself, for somebody who has actually been trying to get Shiny Pharisee since its release and have not gotten even one, it's a pain. It's been, you know, I'm in pain of not being able to get that, even through an event that basically should have boosted the chances of me getting a few at that point, you know. So, not that I'm super disappointed. I'm just like, I don't know. I don't know how to feel about this event. I might be a little burnt out, but I think just Instance Day is just not cutting it anymore. There's not enough like engagement to it in the end of the day. And again, I'm not trying to base it on just the shiny rates or anything like that, because that's technically what the event is not supposed to be about. It's supposed to go out and play with your friends and put an instance on and be like, hey, you know, we got, you know, a few things here and there. But I don't know. It just doesn't get it there, you know? So it doesn't get it there. So I don't know. I think that they dropped the ball on this last event. I saw a few things here on the online and everything, but I don't know. It just didn't feel the same as before. I'll keep saying that until then. And that's pretty much it. That was the last event of the season. So we have officially, or by the time this podcast goes out, officially will be done with the World of Wonder season. I don't know. All right, so I think it's time to we'll do a quick review, and at the same time we'll just give our, you know, rates for this season. So, Chris, I guess we had, you know, 3 months of this. Each month had, you know, different legendary shadows. We had different. We had technically a lot of recycled Pokemons in the raids, and the events. Some were good. Not gonna lie, some were really good, and some were like, just like this one. With, you know, 3 months worth of World of Wonders, and then of course we're adding this with the Wonder Ticket, you know, the whole season ticket and everything. How did you feel about this season of Pokemon Go?
Yeah, I think this season overall, I'd probably give an 8.
Okay.
Because I don't know, I think it had enough going on with it. It had a lot of new shinies. And yeah, overall, it's been pretty decent playing. It hasn't been stale. So yeah, there's plenty to look forward to in the future. But I think they've done a good job of keeping us busy.
I agree. I want to say that maybe because of how this month planned out, that I wasn't really focusing too much on Pokemon Go. Between myself actually going, you know, moving into a new house, getting things done over here and there, still trying to play the game when I can, you know, getting things around. I felt like even having the game open and just, you know, I don't know, I wasn't like engaged with the game almost 100% of the time, or I have been in the last, you know, seasons of the game itself. I remember just one day thinking, it's like, oh, did I even turn on Pokemon Go? And I usually just turn it on in the morning to feed my body, make the battles with the grunts, make sure that my body has the hearts and everything, and then I spin and catch and everything, and that's it. It's like I wasn't even feeling like I need to spin a stuff for this specific task. I didn't need to catch any Pokemon in the wild because everything was still the same and everything. Unfortunately, now that I'm in this new house, I don't have any spawns, so it kind of sucks a little bit. But that will change the more that I, let the game
Yes.
run throughout the neighborhood and everything like that. I still haven't really gotten the chance to really explore my neighborhood a lot more, aside from just, driving around. It's rusty finally got here. And but at the same time, the whole season, I was just like, okay, I gotta restock. Okay, it's time for me to catch Pokemons. Now my Pogo Plus is on this entire time. And here's that. At least where I've been most of the time in the last few months, or in the last month, at least when it comes down to it, haven't been really too much of a spawn here and there. And again, I think that also the matter that I had a lot of things going on in my life that I didn't feel like I had played too much of this World of Wonders event. I was excited from the very beginning. I was excited for the things that this event or this season had to offer, but I don't think it engaged me enough to be like, I need to open the game and be ready for, 24/7 or something like that. And it's not like I have to play Pokemon Go 24/7. Definitely don't ever play that much anyways. But at the same time, I'm just like, I don't feel the engagement that the game is giving me anymore, at least for this season. And hopefully next season it's going to change. I'm always optimistic to what the new season can entitle and what it will bring us to the table. And hopefully, we got some pretty cool stuff in the end of the day. Of course, now Golf season is here. Thank you for the reminder there, Pokemon Hunter David. Ask the Pokemon tours. You got too many names, brother. Anyway, but it's definitely something that I'm sure that I'll be fully excited because we'll be going to New York. We'll be hanging out with our peeps. We'll be going around, walking around, eating some good food, hanging out as a good group and everything. And it's going to be just fun in itself. Make sure you actually take some time to be able to actually hang out with the Laura podcast and all the people from the Professor Network, because we're going to need to do some contact here and there, That's for you, Chris. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So my rate, I'm going to give it just a solid 7.5. I don't think I want to go any lower or any higher. I think there were some good stuff. I just wasn't engaged enough, at least in my opinion. And again, this is my personal opinion. Everybody has different ways and look at it and things like that. So I want to at least keep it at that and be honest, especially for our listeners, that there are times where the game just doesn't feel the same as it usually would be anyways. So
yeah, I think that's a fair grade.
Yeah, I think so too. So I'll give it at that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I think that that's good enough in the long run. Anyways, all right. So now that we're done with the World of Wonders, by the time you guys hear this podcast, we'll be in Unif itself with the brand new season, Share Skies. Yeah, Share Skies. Anyways, I don't know why I keep doing it again. I don't know why I said it again. Anyways, we had a couple of teasers from the last few days. We had definitely had some immense amount of teasers since Monday, but now we have the full blast of news of information here. And it's time to get into these news here. So the Share Skies season of Pokemon Go will start on June 1st at 10 a.m. until September 3rd at 10 a.m. local time. Mind you, this is a couple extra days from where the season usually ends, which will be usually at the end of the month instead of the beginning of the next month. So interesting enough, they're adding a couple of days here and there. Why is that? I wonder. Let me just check September real quick and see what's going on then.
It almost sounds like a pun because of this season's name.
Right. I think that because... When is Worlds? When is Pokemon Worlds 2024 dates? Let's check this out. 16th to the 18th. So we're not at the end of that month. It's not at the end of that month when it comes down to it. 16th to
Labor
the 18th.
Day.
Is Labor Day on... No, Labor Day is on the 3rd, isn't it? Wait, when is Labor Day?
Does it end the 3rd? Is that what they're saying?
It ends on the 3rd, yeah.
Interesting.
But here's the thing. It ends in the morning. Oh, well, okay, that makes sense because it's going to end on June. It starts in June at at 10 a.m. and it ends at 10 a.m. So that the hours don't really matter because in the end of the day, they'll let us know. But I'm not sure.
The second is Labor Day.
But that's a Sunday, isn't it?
Nah, Monday.
Oh,
That's interesting.
Interesting. Wait, was I looking at that right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think that makes sense. I guess they don't want them working or stressing out on Labor Day.
I guess they didn't want to actually release it like on the first, which would have been on Sunday anyways.
I agree with you as the Pokeball turns.
Indeed. All right, so it is how it is when it comes down to it. We do have quite an interesting video here, which I'm sorry for anybody in the ears today because it happened to be loud. But the very first thing that shows up is Mega Rayquaza in there. Then we have all the Ultra Beasts, Melmetal. I saw Melmetal. I want to make sure that Melmetal is a good thing, but we'll see when it gets there. We got Shadow Lugia. Some people are saying that it's Apex. Necrozma here from GoFest. Dustman and the other form, I can't even say their names anymore. All the Ultra Beasts are back. Yveltal for some reason. And then, yeah, just a lot of flying around. Mega Rayquaza being like the biggest thing when it comes down to it. Which is interesting. I don't know why they say that. Nani, thank you. So, to start off the season, Pokemon Go Fest 2024 tickets are now on sale. We have been on sale for the beginning of the year, so definitely something that if you're going to attend, make sure you buy them now. We're going to skydive into New York City. Hey, I'll take that. During Go Fest, of course, we'll have the brand new forms of Dustmane Rayquaza and Downswing Rayquaza True Fusion and all the events happening in Go Fest. We have gone over Go Fest at this point, so really there's not much new information that we know about. Necrozma make its global Pokemon Go debut in raids pretty soon during the Global Go Fest. And then, of course, Marshadow being the mythical Pokemon that's going to be released throughout this season and at the end or sometime during the Go Fest season, which actually is happening in Japan right now as I recorded this podcast. So, Japan players, send us some Necrozma if you can. Share Skies and Share Experiences. Some of the Pokemon featured during the in-person Go Fest 2024 events will all appear during these 3 separate global events. Basically, just giving us the choice of the shinies that are going to be appearing in each one of the Go Fest. I think Emolga will be the shiny release of Japan. So that's where everybody's... That is a cute one. We'll get Ducklet. I don't know why the duck is important. And then they get my hated Crabrawler.
Man.
This is the first time I actually have a Pokemon that I hate for some reason. I don't know why I hate it so much. Anyways, season highlights. We have free monthly time research. Can I get a hallelujah?
I thought you were going to say, yeah.
Yeah, no. Well, you said it anyways, but yes. During the month of Pokemon Go Share Skies, trainers will receive free monthly time research. We be sure to check regularly in-game event stats for more details. So we'll probably get this information or what we're actually going to get at the beginning of the season, which will be pretty cool. But free monthly time research is actually a step up from what they have done in the last 3 seasons. Not 3 seasons, sorry. The last 3 months, and it was just basically pay time research for the entire month, like a battle pass or whatever.
Yeah.
So this is interesting. I don't know. I feel like their wallets are going to hurt, but whatever the case may be. Pokestop showcases during throughout the season of Share Skies. Pokemon showcases will be held from Saturday to Sunday as well as to Monday to Tuesday. So we can log in weekly to find out which Pokemon you can show off. This is an interesting one. So that means that no matter what happens, we're always going to have a showcase. It's not going to be tied into an event unless there is some tied into events. But in the end of the day, there will always be a showcase to go forward with. Thoughts, Chris?
Yeah, definitely interesting. I hope it's fairly random. Just because there's a few Pokemon we get extra larges of just in the wild.
Yeah.
That it's like, when am I going to use this? And you just have it in the back of your storage.
Mm-hmm. I agree. So time to start saving up those extra large and maybe extra smalls because we haven't gotten an extra small ones yet. That's interesting. We do have 4 announcements. Well, not for really four, but 4 dates for community days. We already have actually gone over the days, but we're gonna recap them real quick. June community day will be on June 9. June Classic will be on the 22nd. July 21st and July 31st will be the other 2 months. Now, we do have information about 2 of these community days, which is the June ones. We'll get over to that in just a single moment. We do have team stickers. We got that Emolga, Whaler, Duck, I guess the monkey with the ball.
Yeah, Pestimian.
Pestimian, thank you. And then for some reason, Pelipper. They're cute. They're cute stickers. We also have information about about the Go Battle League season. Again, we'll cover that in our PvP section. And then we have our seasonal rotations. Chris, how about you let us know what the research breakthrough is for the month of Share Skies?
All right. Little scrolling. There we go. The encounter Pokemon that you can get for the research breakthroughs. Looks like decent, not great. Hisuian Growlithe, Larvitar, Audino, Axew, Furfru, and Jangmo-O. Something to note is that they do put the shiny signal over Jangmo-O because starting with Pokemon Go Fest 2024, trainers can encounter shiny Jangmo-O, and that should be in July. So
yeah, that will be in global.
It is interesting that they put down the shiny signal there because this event starts in June.
So they're basically saying that it will be available as shiny once this actually gets released, and that might not be into another month in afterwards. So
yes, so keep that in mind when you're doing your research breakthroughs. Don't get stressed too bad about getting a non-shiny Jangmo.
I mean, if you get the Honda without being the shiny before the shiny gets released, that's actually just a gut in the face.
yeah, you're like, oh, it could have been Shundo. But yeah, I think each of these Pokemon have a reason to be there.
Mm-hmm.
It's not as bad as like getting Parasect. Yes, you get Stardust with Parasect. Yes, you get Stardust with Audino. But Audino does also have that Mega too. So
same with Larvitar.
Each of these, I think each of these are good fighters, and Furfur is just a fun shiny chance.
Of course.
So
we need 20 of them.
Yeah.
So. But yeah, that is the research breakthrough box. At least it's decent enough, for what it is in the end of the day. But it is how it is. All right, so wild encounters. So again, habitats will be changing the spawns of what we usually get. I think this also covers the habitats itself from the update, but I'm not 100% sure at this point. It will be something different. If it's different. So, in cities, we'll encounter things like Magneton, Houndour, Rawls, Skitty, Makuhita, Trubbish, Dedenne, and more. In the forest, we have Bellsprout, Ladybug, Sunken, Lightnoon, Breloom, Scorpion, and Fungus, which is pretty cool on that. Mountains, which we'll never see. Diglett, Shuckle, Slackle, Barbaga, Excadrill, Dwebble, and Bunnelby. In the beach and waters, we'll have things like Poliwhirl, Horsey, Chinchou, Surskit, Fanion, Temple, and Jellicent. Not just, the pre-evolution, just like the full evolution out there in the wild. That's actually going to be interesting to see in the wild. I don't know why. I don't think I've seen a wild Jellicent before.
Yeah, that's a weird one.
Yeah. In the Northern Hemisphere, like us, Hisuian Growlithe, Skarmory, Trico, Torchic, Mudkip, Cramper, and Beldum will be spawning more. And then in the Southern Hemisphere, we'll have things like Scyther, Hisuian Sneasel, Bagon, Turtwig, Chimchar, Piplup, and Bronzong. Hey, Bronzong is out! We don't gotta have Bronzong roulettes anymore! Yeah! Man. I actually wish that it appears every now and then, though. That would be kind of fun.
It's a funny one to click on.
It is, yes. How about you go over the X of the season?
All right. A little bit of an egg shakeup. 2 kilometer, Shelder, Pichu, Togepi, Smoochum, Woobat, and more. 5 kilometer, Vanillite, Cutiefly, Sprigatito, Fuecoco, Quaxley, and more. 7 kilometer, this is the normal ones. Alolan Geodude, Galarian Slowpoke, Alolan Grimer, Galarian Farfetch'd, and Galarian Stunfisk, and more. And then the route one that you get from, oh my gosh, I'm blanking on his name. Mateo. Will give you Hisuian Growlithe, Paldean Wooper, Hisuian Sneasel, Pawniard, Carbink, and more. And the 10-kilometer eggs will give you Tyrunt, Amora, Goomy, Carbink, Charcadet, and more. And for the Adventure Sync, you'll be able to get Emolga, Dino, Goomy, Rockruff, and Turtonator. And yeah, I see that little shiny signal they're putting over Emolga. I see that. But yeah, fun eggs.
By the time we actually get to the season, that will be shiny. So
yeah, not too much changing in there, but yeah, definitely some good eggs. I got no problems with the egg distances right now.
I don't either. You almost forgot about the Adventure Sync size for 5 kilometers, which would be Gligar, Cranidos, Shieldon, Chainlink, and Mantine.
You're right.
But to say the least, the shakeup seems to be almost the same. I mean, I do like the Vanillite and Cutiefly are in the 5 kilometer egg, so I'll be hatching a little more of those. For some reason, in the 7 kilometer eggs, they want you to say Alolan and Galarian in different times instead of actually being able to say just Alolan and then Galarian afterwards.
I was thinking that, but I didn't say it. I was like, why didn't they just put all the Galarian next to each other?
I know, right? Same with the route one. So they give you Hisuian and then Paldea and then Hisuian again. I'm like, really? And then the 10 kilometer eggs, do note that the Adventure Sync egg for the 50 kilometer egg, which actually has Rockruff in it, can also be not guaranteed, but it has the dust form Rockruff in it. So make sure that if you get to 50 kilometers, you do get the chance of getting at least one of those if you can, you know. I'm still mad about this shiny that run away. And then seasonal bonuses. So everybody who's always wanting some seasonal bonuses, here they are. 1 additional special trait per day. Chris, while you're not here. Trainers level 31 and up will have a higher chance of receiving Candy XL from exploring with your buddy. Or their buddy. And then increased experience for the first catch of the day. Everybody go catch their Audinos from there. Same thing. Anyways, so that's it. That's, well, at least that's it for now. Because we got a bunch of more news to cover after that. How exciting is this season for you, Chris?
It looks pretty all right. Nothing like mind-boggling yet, but definitely a good chunk of new shinies to hunt for, and I think the vanilla spawns and eggs are pretty cool. So I got no problems.
Yes. Sorry, I just got a text message and I was like, I needed to read this.
Oh, no, you good.
Okay, cool. But yeah, so yeah, I agree. There will be some interesting stuff here and there when it comes down to it. We'll see. Again, we'll see. I don't know how Share Skies is really gonna pan out, but well, let's talk about how about those events at this point. Let's get to it. We do have a bunch of news in the month of June because it is time for June's content to be here. Since we'll literally start on local time specifically, I guess. I don't know at this point. But we have a lot of things like Mega Rayquaza, Zapdos, Landorus, Incarnate Form, Jabelto, and Ho-Oh will be the featured Pokemons of the June content update. Firestar Race, well, we already said it. So Zapdos is going to start on June 1st to the 10th. Landorus, June 10th to the 19th. Jabelto, June 19th to the 28th. And then Ho-Oh, June 28th to July 8th. We got our Mega Raids. Mega Gyarados, June 1st to June 10th. Mega Alakazam, 10 to the 19th. Mega Charizard Y, and why you're there, 19 to the 28th. And then Mega Tyranitar from 28th to July 8th. Do note that Shadow Raikou will be appearing in Race on the raid weekends during the month of June. So Raikou is coming back for another swoop around the face. Events for the month. We have June 1st to the 4th, Stadium Sites. June 7th to the 12th, we have Slumbering Sands. June 9th, we'll have Community Day, which we'll talk about, of course. June 15th, my birthday, hey, to the 18th, Spunkler's Cove. That's interesting. June 21st to the 25th, Scorpion Steps. June 22nd, June's Community Day Classic. June 28th to the 3rd, 8th anniversary party, so 8-year anniversaries. And then June 29, the biggest one that everybody's talking about. Elite Raid Mega Rayquaza. Yeah. We'll talk about that in a second. Okay, so raid hours June 1st, June 5th, sorry. Zapdos, Landorus will be on June 12th, Jabelto June 19th, and then Jabelto again from June 26th. So we got 2 months of this at this point. 2 months, 2 weeks anyway, sorry.
Saturday.
And then, hey, you're like, okay, hold on. And then Spotlight hours, Makuhita on June 4, Wingull on June 11, Rock'n'Roll at June 18, and Moral at June 25th. I didn't say the bonuses, so I'm sorry about that. The bonuses will be Makuhita will have Catch Candy, Wingull will have Transfer Candy, Rock'n'Roll will have Evolution Experience, and then Moral will have Catch Stardust. That's a good one.
I think they did a good job about matching the Pokemon up to the bonuses.
Yes, I believe so too. At least when it comes down to that, in the end of the day.
Yes.
So, okay, so, I mean, there's definitely some exciting stuff in here. I do want a better Jabelton anyways, and Landorus is always a plus to get candies for. Raikou has been eluding me, at least in the shadow form, so hopefully I'll be able to do a few throughout the month and see if I can get a shiny one, hopefully. The Megas, Tyranitar seems like the biggest one, but of course it'll be by the end of the month at that point. And then the events itself, I mean, can we just... Okay, let's talk about the elephant in the room. Why is Mega Rayquaza in the freaking Elite Raids?
Yeah, I actually agree with Fleece King. In the post on Twitter, he's saying, wasn't it supposed to be a raid day? Now people in small communities won't be able to get it because it's locked between Elite Raids. That's going to be rough. That is definitely going to be rough. Even with the quad weakness, it's going to be a hard one.
I mean, it's a Mega. It's a powerful Mega. I mean, it compares... Yeah. At this point, this Mega is comparable to, like, Fuse Necrozma at this point.
Yeah, we're very fortunate locally to have a pretty strong raid group.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't see us having too much issues.
But for the players, for the communities, and for everybody, even being able to coordinate a group of people to actually be able to do this, it's really not the most optimal way to have a really powerful legendary Pokemon that everybody wants, everybody needs to be trapped in this kind of percentage. You know, it's like...
Honestly, I would think they'd want to print free money too. Just make it like a raid hour or something. You know,
I agree.
I understand them wanting to like bring out the time a little bit, but yeah, if they made it a raid day, I think a lot more people would be raiding it for sure.
Yeah.
So it's a very interesting choice to do it this way.
Yeah, I agree. It's gonna be interesting. It just feels like they missed the mark when it comes down to it. So. I don't know if this is enough. It is a Saturday, you say, right?
A what?
It's a Saturday, this Elite Raid Day?
Yeah, checked. It's a Saturday.
So, it's
I might be on my new job by then, so I might be free, but I don't know. We'll see.
I may have the day off for it, but again, it's not the equivalent of this. It's basically... The differences between a raid day and an elite raid is that the elite raids, you actually have to plan which hours are you going to go. You're not going to be able to technically go to every single one unless you're planning literally the entire day worth of those in the end of the day, you know? So if you're going to be there at 12, then you're going to stick out for the 1 o'clock, then you're going to stick out for, and then you're going to come back and then again at 5 o'clock and then the 6 o'clock. You're like, it doesn't feel like you're planning good enough. While at least a 3-hour raid day, you can plan the 3 hours, just like Community Day.
Luck. Yeah, all I can say is good luck to the people that don't have the Mega Energy yet, because it's going to be a struggle, I'm sure.
Unless they give us like a complete Mega Energy at that point during the last 1 or 2 races that you're probably going to do, then I don't know if that's possible at this. At that end.
Maybe some quests out there for Mega Ray Energy, hopefully.
Plus, it's not just the Mega Energy that you need. You do need the ability to get the meteorite.
True. The meteorite, yeah.
The meteorite is a very important item for you to actually be able to give Rayquaza the move that allows it to Mega Evolve at that point. And if they don't have it or don't give it to them throughout those hours, that you're going to be doing at least the few, maybe less than a handful at that point, unless you really have a good community of raids in between. I don't know. It just doesn't feel right. And again, this is something that I feel like they have to revisit it before the time gets there. And I don't know if they're gonna do that for the reason that we're gonna be so enclosed with GoFest and everything else at that point. So, so I don't know, Niantic. You're biting. I don't know what at this point I'm gonna say. I don't know. So, you're biting the community's butt at this point. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, so it is how it is. We do have some very exciting events. I think the 8th-year anniversary is where we'll see Melmetal come back once again. We do have the classics, of course. I'm sorry, the classic and the June Community Days, which we'll talk about in a second. And then some other events that seem pretty strong at this point. Raid hours and raids. I mean, it's mostly just recycle Pokemons at this point in the raids, but there are some pretty good ones. I
like how random it is, yeah.
But it is, yeah, just like Chris said. But again, have you noticed that every single one is a fly type Pokemon, except for Oracle? So, yeah. Share skies.
Not completely random, but yeah, definitely a good mix.
Yeah, all flying type, at least when it comes down to it. But yeah, so let's get into the next one here. So as we have mentioned, GoFest Sendai is happening as we speak. But there is a global event happening at the same time. So Chris, how about you let us know what's going on here?
Yeah, Stadium Sites is going to be the event going from Saturday, June 1st at 10 a.m. to Tuesday, June 4th at 8 p.m. local time.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to have some special wild encounters. You're going to have Pidgey, Zubat, Doduo, Gligar, Hitmontop, Meditite, Staravia, Emolga, Mindfu. That's one we don't see very often.
Mm-hmm.
Noibat, and Cutiefly. Emolga will be shiny available because of the GoFest. So definitely keep your eyes out. In 7-kilometer eggs, we're going to have Galarian, Farfetch'd, Railu, and Emolga. All 3 are shiny chances. Pretty good for 7-kilometer eggs.
Yeah, that's actually... Because both Emolga and Railu are in there, even Galarian and Farfetch'd are actually, it's a pretty good chase there. So I actually like this pool.
I don't think I have Farfetch'd even.
I don't think so either. But anyways, continue.
That's a really decent mix.
Yeah.
It doesn't say anything about Emolga having higher shiny odds in the eggs, but
it's still bullshit.
You never know. Yeah. I wanted to see what you'd say. Bonuses. 1.5 times candy for catching Pokemon, 1.5 Stardust for hatching Pokemon, so not bad. Field research tasks are going to give you Pidgey, Zubat, Doduo, and Emolga when it's the event-themed ones. The paid timed research for the equivalent of $199 US, you'll be able to get research that focuses on exploration and hatching eggs. It's going to reward you with encounters with Emolga, 1 super incubator, and 20 Emolga candy. Do I care about the Emolga candy? No, but it's there. It must be claimed before Tuesday, June 4th at 8 p.m. local time. So if you're going to buy it sooner than later and finish it well before the ending. Good luck. I might buy it. I don't know how much I care about Emolga though.
Yeah.
So we'll see how we're feeling, but not bad.
Not bad of a quick event for the beginning of the season, and at the same time coexistence with GoFest. Of course, we're not gonna have GoFest things happening and everything like that, but we are definitely excited to see that some Pokemons. Now, do note 2 things. One, of course, is Emolga being shiny during this event. One finally releasing Global GoFest, or I'm sorry, in Sedai's GoFest. But Minfu is a wild Pokemon of this event too, and it hasn't been released in the wild or even close to being in the wild since its release in Go Battle League back almost a year. Or over a year at this point, actually. So Minfu's ability to finally get some type of a release in the wild is kind of big if you think about it. It is a Pokemon that we already had, or we could have. But the only other time that I ever saw a wild Minfu was during the Broken Elite raids when they were first introduced. That's it.
The only thing I see happening is like I can see some people that don't do GBL getting very excited for Mindfu.
Oh yeah.
I'm curious to see how that happens.
Yeah. Aside from that, your standard flying and fighting type Pokemon. So I probably will be hatching a lot of 7KX because that pool is actually insane. But we'll see how it goes when it comes down to it. Oh yeah, so shares, guys. That's the event that we're gonna start us off. But we also have another event that will happen right after that, called the Slumbering Sands. So kick back, relax, have a chill time. This is the time to sleep because there are some custom Pokemon. Friday, June 7th to 10 a.m. to Wednesday, June 12th at 8 p.m. local time. The debuts will be happening on this event will be Slackoff, Bigorot, and Slacking wearing a visor, and if you're lucky, you might encounter a shiny one. Yeah. Kind of interesting to give them that love, but that's actually pretty cool because of the summer. Anyways, event bonuses, 2 times experience for catching Pokemon. So if you're actually looking to get some experience and maybe level up pretty quickly, this is a good event for you to actually have some good Lucky Eggs and Roro time active to run out it. So instead of wasting your entire time, storage of eggs or Lucky Eggs at that point. Surprise! A smile. You might have a surprise encounter with event team Pokemons when you take a snapshot throughout the event. Very important. Don't take a snapshot before the event starts. If not, you're going to encounter the Smeargle, and that's going to be the encounter for the day. And you will not get a surprise encounter from the event. Wild encounters. The Pokemons will be Psyduck, Slowpoke, Drowsy, hey, my best friend, Mareep, Slacko with wearing a visor, Grangaroo, Sandygast. If you're lucky, you might encounter some Kamolas. And for the very first time, Kamola will be a brand new shiny Pokemon release into Pokemon Go. But yeah, Muna and Kamala will be technically the lucky encounters, if you're lucky. But Kamala being the brand new shiny Pokemon release of this event, that is pretty cool. Field reaches stacks awards with things like Psyduck, Drowsy, Mareep, Slackup, hey, Orangaroo, Sandygast, Kamala, and if you're lucky, you might encounter all of them shinies. It does say here that
Sandygast.
Sandygast, thank you so much. Wearing the Sliton and Kamala. Okay, so Slacko wearing a visor and Kamala encounter via field research will have a greater chance of being shiny when found in the wild. How bullshit is that? I'm pretty sure it's bullshit.
Oh no, they did put it there?
Yep, they put it there.
Oh, field research though. Okay, so it's free though.
It is free. I'm pretty sure it's going to be a rare field research regardless of how you look at it. So
yeah, imagine it's like hatch 3 eggs.
Oh god. Time research. So time research will be able for trainers to connect to the Pokemon Go Plus. Pokemon Go Plus allow you to play the Pokemon Go without having to look at your phone. After you pair the Pokemon Plus with Pokemon Go, you'll be able to take on the time research that awards Stardust encounters with the following event team Pokemon: Snorlax wearing an eye cap, Slackock wearing that visor, and Kamala. If you're lucky, you might encounter a shiny one. Trainers will be able to trainers will be able to complete the time research and claim their awards until Friday, June 14 at 8 p.m. local time. Let me just go over this and we'll talk about exactly how this works. Pay time research for $2 or equivalent pricing. Time research will include Kamala backpack avatar item, encounters with Kamala Slackup wearing a visor hat, or visor hat, it's a hat. Anyways, Stardust experience silver pineapple berries and more. And of course, it does get, it's a time research, so please finish it before then. Collection challenges. Event team collection challenges are coming, completed to receive Stardust experience and encounters with Kamala. Kamala is very, very, very big at this event. Pokemon showcases. Yeah, you'll just get showcases from the event. That's all I gotta say. And then the web store, of course, it's there for the best deals at the end. Anyway, so how excited is this event for you, Chris?
It looks like an awesome event, but I gotta play it to see.
I know, right? Exciting to know that Kamala and the Slackups are giving some love. Of course, Kamala being the brand new shiny. I do kind of want that Slackup with the hat shiny, but we'll see when it gets there. And then, of course, we do have the Pokemon Plus Plus research will allow us to get another Snorlax with an ICAP. We don't know how many there will be during the research, but it is not a separate research, but also you probably still get the research from the initial pair of the Pokemon Go Plus Plus if you haven't gotten it yet at this point.
Yeah, I think it's really cool that we're getting another one because I mean that means it's possible that we might get even more of them in the future, possibly.
That is correct. That is correct. So exciting, very exciting. Time will tell in the end of the day. But it sounds like a pretty interesting event, especially for the summer. Of course, it's still gonna be a hot summer already. It's not even summer yet. Anyways, but then how about we talk about the very first community day of the season, Chris?
Ooh.
Let us know what it is.
Yeah, June 2024 is one that a lot of people were expecting. Gumi, from June 9th, Sunday, to 2 p.m. From 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. local time, you'll see a bunch of Gumis. And the featured attack, the featured attack for Gudra, the final evolution, is going to be Thunder Punch. 55 power trainer battles, 45 gyms and raids. And
also, shout out to Lodru for Lucky First.
Yeah. Sliggoo can only evolve into Gudra either when it's rainy in the overworld, the weather, or if there's a rainy lure module. So keep that in mind that you need those to evolve it. Community Day special research story. For $1, you can get the Gumi Community Day exclusive special research story. You can always gift it if you want to whoever. Event bonuses: 2 times candy for catching Pokemon, 3 times Stardust for catching Pokemon. So hopefully it's windy. 2 times chance for trainers 31 and up to receive candy extra large from catching Pokemon. Lure modules will last 3 hours. That does include the rainy lures. But I don't know if I'd put them down because I don't think they boost like Gumi since it's not a water Pokemon. At least until the end. Incense, excluding the daily adventure incense, will last for 3 hours. And then take a few snapshots to get a surprise. The magic number is 5. 1 additional special trade can be made for a maximum of 3 for the day. That's pretty hype. And then trades will require 50% less Stardust. So the last 2 are going to be available from 2 to 10 p.m. For the trading. So do with that what you will. I always recommend doing your trades after the community days kind of ended. That way you can focus on shiny checking and catching. The bonus raids, there's going to be Sliggoos in 4-star raids. And if you beat them, a bunch of Gumis will spawn in place of all the Pokemon that are spawned around a gym. So if you need shiny Gumis or more Gumi checks, try not to catch the Pokemon that are around a gym before you fight the raid. There's going to be timed research that rewards you with a rainy lure available from 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. I thought so. So I am glad that they put that out there.
I mean, you gotta say if you have done enough showcases, you have enough rainy lawn modules. I got like 12 in my inventory right now.
Yeah, if you're around friends or just in a busy area, there's probably going to be at least one person throwing one down. Just keep your eyes peeled too.
Yep.
Field research, same as usual. Stardust Great Balls encounters with Gumi. Pokestop showcases. There's probably going to be Gumi and Gudra, but keep your eyes out. There's going to be an Ultra Community Day box too. 10 Ultra Balls, 1 Elite Charge TM, and 1 Special Research Story. The one for Gudra or Gumi. Available for well, I guess you do get a Gudra out of it too. But it's going to be available for $5, $4.99, or the equivalent. And it will be available starting June 3rd at 10 a.m. PDT, 3 days before the ticket is available in the in-game shop. Very interesting. Event bundles. There's going to be 2 Community Day bundles. 1350 Pokecoins. You'll get 50 Ultra Balls, 5 Super Incubators, 1 Elite Charge Gem, and 5 Lucky Eggs. Okay. 480, you'll get 30 Ultra Balls, 1 Incense, 3 Super Incubators, and 1 Lure Module, a regular Lure Module. Okay, I don't really feel a type of way about either of those. Stickers. Very cute Gumi and Gudra stickers.
I want that Gudra with the Gumi in the back. I need it right now.
Yeah. I was thinking it gives those mother vibes. So I do really like that.
I love Gumi.
Yeah, looks like a fun community day. Definitely looking forward to it.
Definitely. Don't forget, you are able to get a free special research story ticket if you attend one of the ambassador meetups.
There's one in Orlando.
Oh boy, I gotta go beat you up then. If you're moved by then I'm going over there. You better drive. Anyways.
Oh my.
But yeah, that basically is one of the best, well, maybe not the best of the dragon types we have actually had before. However, for me, it is because Gumi is one of my favorite dragon type Pokemons out there. Also, what is going on with this game here? I think I got disconnected from the internet, but that's cool. I know it's there. That's weird.
Weird.
Anyways, I'll try to get that fixed as much as possible. I don't know what's going on, but we'll take that off for now. Anyways, yes, Gumi is my favorite, one of my favorite dragon type Pokemons out there, so I definitely do want to get a few ones. I am still looking for the Hundo. I got some shinies from GoFest last year. I definitely want the Shundo if possible, but it is how it is when it comes down to it. I'll be happy to get a good chunk of Gumis anyways. I'll be trading them forever. So June's Community Day Gumi is an exciting one, just like always. But we also have another Community Day Classic happening in the same month, and that's not what I wanted. Hold on. There you go. That's weird. I don't know why it's doing that. Anyways, Community Day Classic for June 2024 would be... please! Cyndaquil. Cyndaquil, it's coming back for a classic, and if you're lucky, you might encounter a shiny one. This is happening on Saturday, June 22nd, from 2 to 5 p.m. local time. Once you evolve Cyndaquil all the way to his final evolution of Typhlosion, it will know the charge attack, Blast Burn, very strong, powerful attack. You do get the special research story for $1 if you do want to buy it, and extra encounters with Cyndaquil in the end of the day. The bonuses, 2 times experience for catching Pokemon, 2 times Stardust for catching Pokemons. Lure modules and incense will last for 3 hours, and then snapshots for a surprise. Heyo. Field research tags, of course, Cyndaquil, and more. Showcases, Cyndaquil, and more. Ultra Gold Community Day box, $5 and more. Event bundles, $13.50 and more. And then, of course, if you're looking for trainers around the world, check it out. Anyways, the only reason why I really went fast for this, because again, Cyndaquil is another classic that we have had before, so it's not something that, for the veteran player, may not be as exciting, but it's still exciting for even the newer or returning player at this point.
Yeah, plus the boxes are the exact same as the Gumi ones, at least for the in-shop one.
Yeah, so it's not like they're going to basically be the same every time, but when it comes down to it, they are the same. So it is how it is at the end of that. Let me just make sure something is going on here. There we go. All right, so Community Day Classic is done. And then, of course, just so we mentioned, Sendai is happening right now. I've been kind of side-eyeing Pokemon Cast because they've been playing Sendai right now. They are in Japan right now, so they are playing the game and they are showing us what to expect from this type of event. So it looks pretty cool so far. Of course, it's a GoFest event, and this seems interesting, to say the least. They got cool encounters and everything, and they've been getting, the Umbreon with the scarf, Pikachu and Eevee with their hats. Some of them got some Ultra V shinies. It's been kind of quite a bit of an experience for anybody out there right now. So, and even Rotom is back, so that's another thing, I guess. Make sure you are cleaning your storage as much as possible. because there's going to be a lot to see at the end. But yeah, that's pretty much the dump of news for now, but there is a little bit more to cover here, because we're about to get into our PvP section. Get good, get wrecked. Here we go, Chris. Ooh, ha, ho, ha, ha. So, Go Battle League Season of Shared Skies is here, and that means that we have the brand new update to the Go Battle League and PvP in general for the month of the summer. Shared Skies will begin, of course, on June 1st, and the PvP Go Battle League will also happen on June 1st at 1 p.m. local time. The following will occur, of course, the end of the season rewards. Your Go Battle League rank will reset, and then rank up requirements will remain the same as the prior season. So there's not going to be many changes in that sense. We could go over about every single one of the leagues happening every week, but
yeah, let's do it.
There is too many for them. We'll cover them once by once each week once we are actually live. But the very first week starting June 1st to June 7th will be Great League and Ultra Premier. So that's pretty cool to have two different types of leagues at the end of the day. Especially the Premier one. I like that.
Yeah.
We do have a Go Battle Week of Shared Skies happening from Friday, August 16th to Tuesday, August 20th. 4-time Stardust from win rewards. The maximum number of sets you can play per day will increase from 5 to 20 for 100 battles all the way local time. Free battle team time reset will be available, and rewards includes week avatars and items expired by Lana. And if you don't know who Lana is, I'll let you know in a second. Pokemon encounters via Go Battle League rewards will have a wide variety of attack, defense, and HP. So during this type of event, the IVs of the Pokemon kind of go into like the wild ones instead of the in. So that's to say the least. We do have our encounters. I think that might not be changing, or it is changing. I'm not 100% sure. Wingull, you'll be able to get it at rank 1. Scraggy starting at 6. Dino, Gumi, and Yamato respectively starting at Ace, Veteran, and Expert. And of course your Pikachu Libre at Legend rank.
Yeah, you could save your guaranteed Jangmo till after the shiny release too.
That's true. Although I don't know if you're actually going to get to 2750 by the time that actually happens anyway. So I don't know.
That's fair.
Yeah, I think. Oh, you might actually be there by then. But you're going to have to encounter it if you're going to want to move on. But you never know.
I mean, it'll be there all season.
Yeah, so it is how it is. Notable encounters for the standard encounters of the rank ups. Really, the ones that you really want to look into maybe is Carbon, Frelish, rank 6. There are, of course, your standard ones for the first few ranks. Marini is going to be in the 11 plus, which it doesn't have the shiny symbol, but it will be shiny because it is shiny now available. And then, of course, weird. That is weird. And then most of that is everything the same that we have seen before. Go Battle League Time Research Pass will be available for free if you want to actually, get a couple extra rewards for winning stuff. I would suggest just have it, and then just, if you're doing Go Battle League, why not? It's might as well have it. It's free rewards in the end of the day. You do get your avatar items and other rewards inspired by Lana, which is one of the what's the name of the leaders in
trial? The trial?
Yeah, it's the Trials Blasters. But what that Hakunas or something like that? I don't know.
Matata?
I know, right? What a wonderful world. Anyways. Yeah, she's like two specific things. It's like a companion for Ash, and then a saint in the anime, and then in the main series game, she is a trial leader. Well, she'll have to defeat her trial to be able to have the encounters with the totem Pokemon and everything. So
trial captain, I guess.
Yeah, trial captain.
Say on the wiki.
Yeah. Okay. Why this choice? I don't know. It could have been even one of the Elite Fours from the Alola region. That would have been a lot easier.
Yeah, I mean, it's a cute outfit and everything. I'll be real though. I would have expected to see a flying type person, but I guess they did already give us Skyla, right?
Yeah, I think so. It's interesting when I say the least. I don't know. We do have all the cups. Ultra League Premier. We have Summer Cup, Great League Edition, Master Premier. So that's pretty cool. Great League Remix, Fantasy Cup, Great League Edition, Fossil Cup, ooh, Great League Edition, Cash Cup and Share Sky's Great Edition. And then what everybody is waiting for is the attack changes and moveset resets. Well, not really resets, but additions when it comes down to it. So, this will go live on Monday, June 3rd. Scald will now have a chance to lower the opponent's Pokemon attack. Okay, let me rephrase that because that sentence is completely weird. Chance to lower the opposing's Pokemon's attack is decreased.
Yeah, the chance was pretty high before.
Okay, that makes sense. Spark will be in trainer battles, will go from 6 to 5, so it is a little bit of a nerf. Seed Bomb will go from 60 to 65, so that is a buff. Trevenants everywhere. And then Swift will have trainer battles. It will go from 60 to 55, and the energy cost will be decreased, which
Not
is interesting because nobody uses Swift anyways.
Yeah.
Before we move on to the availability of the Pokemons here, I think it's as small as it is for two reasons. One is because Worlds is happening in the same season, and they don't want to overpower everybody to say that they need to change a lot of moves and be able to learn about new things by the time Worlds comes around. So I think it's good that it's not a big change. This was also during LA regionals, actually. This was actually teased, but regardless how, maybe they gave us the information here and now. All right, attack ability updates. We have the move Thunder Punch. And all these Pokemon that I mentioned will be able to learn this from now on. Good me, drowsy. All right, Typhlosion, Riolu, Lucario, Scraggy, Scrafty, Chesna, Pamno, Pano will all have the ability to learn Thunder Punch at the beginning of this season. Then we have Lokix will now be able to know the fast attack counter. That's an interesting one.
I like it.
Setaro and Setiden will be able to know the fast attack Powder Snow. All right, very tanky Pokemon to say the least. Nagadel, which is the evolution of Poipole, if you have the ability to get one, will now be able to learn the charge attack Dragon Claw. That's a really
just
good.
Came out.
Yeah, I know, right? It's the same. I think that's not a Hello at that point or something like that. But oh well. Clefairy, Clefable, Jigglypuff, Wigglytuff, Cleffa, Igglybuff, Teddiursa, Ursaring, Ursaluna, Pharaoh. I'm sorry, before that, Ursaluna will be the last one. But all of those Pokemon will be able to learn the attack Swift, the charge attack Swift. Interesting. And then Pharaoh, Salamence, Swoobat, sorry, and Swanna will now be able to learn the attack Fly. And that's it. That's the ability, the update of Share Seasons Go Battle, or Share Sky Seasons. I don't know what to say. Go Battle League. I've been talking for too much, guys. So, how exciting is that? I haven't really done BGBL in a while, so I don't know. How are you excited, Chris?
Definitely looks fun. Maybe I'll be doing more GBL after I get into my new location, but right now I did try to do more battles this season, but I didn't push too hard. But yeah, season looks good. I do like that they're trying to give more Pokemon new moves, but from what I heard, yeah, there's nothing like crazy meta breaking out of these changes, at least not right now.
Don't forget, Gumi will also learn Thunder Punch.
Gumi?
Yeah, well, you know what I meant. Good.
Well, yeah, no, I know what you mean. Yeah, that I don't know how much of a difference that will make, but definitely interesting that they're giving more variety to these Pokemon.
Yeah, I know, right? That's interesting. It is. It just feels more variety. I don't know how to say that word anymore. To the game, but the Pokemon's sometimes can benefit and not benefit from this type of changes in the end of the day.
Yeah, Zionic thought that Thunder Punch Typhlosion would be on the same level as like Shadow Claw for Alligator, but yeah, at least right now it's not in like a crazy league. I think it's just that charge move difference is like if it was something like Thunder, then it could like one shot a few things, but the fact that it's Thunder Punch means that it's going to be doing like 1/3, 1/2 the damage to a lot of Pokemon. So
yeah,
it's kind of rough. I think Shadow Ball is just a better second charge move to have most of the time.
I agree. I agree. So yeah, that's pretty much it on that. Now we did have a AR showcase that we announced last week. This is our contribution to be able to engage more with the community and the community people out there. If you're gonna be showcased into the podcast itself. We did have a team last week, but there wasn't really too many people actually, putting in their submissions. However, we do have at least a friend of mine, our good friend who was in the chat earlier today. As the Pokeball turns, show us a cool picture. I wanted to show it to you guys that, this is how you use AR for. It is funny. Let me see if I can... you guys can see it from here, I guess.
I gotta get in there next week.
I know, right?
How it's done.
Show it how it's done. So I love the picture because it does have crabs and crabs and crabs all around. Thank God he wasn't using the other crab that I hate. But
oh my god,
Kingler. What's the other two?
Crawdont and Clauncher.
Yes, Clauncher.
Or is that Clyde?
I think it's Clauncher. Well, we'll figure it out when we get there. Anyway, so, but I do like the picture, so I want to show it to you guys. So, thank you so much, as the Pokemon turns, for let us use this picture. If only I wasn't limited to 3. That's good.
It reminds me of the Chick-fil-A cow a little bit, like eat more chicken with the little sign.
So, do one with the cow and then just put like what, Milton in it, and then something else. I don't know. How many? There you go. Actually, yeah, that makes sense. But thank you so much, as the Pokeball turns, so let us use your AR photo of the week. Guys, we'll continue this AR photo share for next week. Again, we are trying to look for legendary trio, legendary Pokemons out there. So make sure you submit your wonderful picture.
Legendary crew of crab.
Legendary crab. So thank you so much once again for letting us know, and let us know. Anyways, anything else, Chris?
Nothing I can think of. Just looking forward to next week. Well, I guess going through this week so we can talk about it.
Yeah, I know, right? I agree. So with that being said, I don't think they're live, so that's not a problem. But thank you so much for everybody listening to the podcast. We appreciate it very much. If you want to, just talk to us. Don't worry about it. You can always follow our social media. Myself at Pure Let It Go. Chris at Pokemon Junior Please. Anything Pokemon Go related to the Purified podcast. You can also listen to us in any other podcast services feeds. Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, many of those places. Spotify is also a thing. You know how it is. And you can send us an email to thepurifiedpodcast@gmail.com. Submit your AR photos through those emails if you want to actually get to us too. Join our Discord or the Pokemon Professor Discord. We'll definitely be active in both if possible. And don't forget to check us out at thepokemonprofessor.com, the Professor Network, PokemonProfessorNetwork.com/Purified Podcast. So yeah, with that being said, Chris, it's time to take us away for the night.
All right. Hope you guys had a lovely week, and definitely looking forward to this next season. I think there's a lot to look forward to with GoFest and all the events they've sprinkled in. Hopefully there's a lot of surprises in there that we all love to see. And I hope you guys have exciting shinies, a lot of fun hundos, and just fun experiences with everyone. So, have a good time, and we'll catch up with you guys next week. Peace out, guys.
Keep purifying, everybody. We'll see you guys next time.